Hey, good timing, Heat. We are just about to get started. I'll be switching over to the gaming tab shortly. I did want to, real quick before I get into that, mention that I got a great piece of birthday fan art for my birthday yesterday, and I wanted to show it on stream. So let's switch over to the tab and I'll show it up. Isn't that just fantastic? I'm really in love with this picture. It's quite gorgeous. Done by the very kind CC Hime, and I'm going to give them a shout out on Twitch right now. Let's see, that's CC Hime VT. If you haven't checked them out, be sure to do that. They also do a lot on Twitter, so you can probably find their socials on that same page. But yeah, I was really just in love with the art. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the game so that we can get started on that. If you weren't here for my last stream, I revealed this winter outfit that I made. It's got a nice jacket and a long sleeve shirt, as well as this bulb that kind of keeps my fire insulated, so that it doesn't go off in the cold winter weather. And here's Fatal Frame. I also played around a little bit with some settings in VTube Studio. When I last showed off this model, there were a few things I hadn't quite hammered out yet. It still can't do the old detonate expression or sweat yet. I'll program those back in shortly. It shouldn't take any time at all, to be honest. But I do have some other stuff I can do. Give me 1 second, I'll show it to you. So, with this new model, there's a few things we can do. One is we can toggle on and off the jacket. If I take off the jacket, you can see the full company logo of All Wear Solutions on my shirt. If there's a little bit more to it, but I'm sort of working out how like the lower part of my body works, because I need to make it so that the arms look okay and the jacket too. It's something to work on for the future. So anyways, the jacket comes on and off now very easily. I can just do it. I don't even have to get into VTube Studio. I can just hotkey it like that. Very nice. Another thing I can do now is toggle on and off the bulb. So if you prefer the classic fire look, it is still available. I'm indoors, so it won't hurt to put my fire out of the bulb for a while. And yeah, other things about this model are, I think it's a lot more expressive. It's got a lot more 3D movement of the head available to me. There are some limitations as far as how much my web camera can capture those movements, but it does allow me to be a little bit more three-dimensional than I was. And I think the mouth moves just a little bit better than it did on the old model as well. So overall, I'm very happy with the progress we're making. Okay, so anyways, you may be here to watch Fatal Frame rather than me talk about my fashion all day, so let's try to get into that. As you may have noticed, I am a ghost for this session, as I tend to be for the Fatal Frame sessions. Just for the whimsy of it. I'm actually using a new controller today. I haven't really tested it out much yet, so if anything goes wrong, I may have to run and switch to the other one, but we shall see. Huh. When did I get a white kimono for Yuri? Oh, actually, I think it's just telling me all the same stuff I unlocked last time. That's okay. I was sort of thinking I might try the Nightmare difficulty stuff. If you weren't here for the last stream I did, we did complete the basic story of Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater, but it turns out that there's a lot of special chapters featuring Ayane from the Dead or Alive series. So we're going to dig into those today. I don't think they're available in Nightmare mode to start, so we'll have to do those in normal mode to start off with. If there is another mode. I'm not sure if those can be played in the other mode or not. I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, I should talk about redeems real quick. If you look in there, the detonate is temporarily turned off. I'm going to add detonate to this model as well, but so far I haven't had the chance to do that. But yeah, that'll be coming in the future. I did add a cheap redeem you can use for jacket going on and off, or bulb going on and off. So if you ever want to change my look just to keep things fresh, those are some new options available to you. Other than that, another thing is... that may be it. That may be it for now. I'm currently not carrying a toggle for turning the summer outfit back on, the short sleeve outfit. Although I know it is the classic. But I want to do some work to get that one a little up to snuff in terms of the facial expressions and animations and things. So until I do that, I'm not gonna have that one available. But I'm also excited to make new costumes in the future and things like that. I think I learned a lot making this one. Okay, so I think we should decide what costumes we want to wear. Well, actually, I guess we don't really get to pick costumes because it's just Ayane this time. And if she does have extra costumes, I don't have them yet. Alright, let's see what we got. Ayane undertakes a quest to search for a girl named Samugi who has gone missing. Following her trail, Ayane makes her way into the abandoned inn and encounters the impossible. If you don't know Ayane, she's kind of Kasumi's rival from the Dead or Alive series. But she's not just in the Dead or Alive series. For one thing, she's here. And for another thing, she features very prominently in Ninja Gaiden now, I think. I've never actually played those games much, but yeah, she's been in a lot of series by this point. Ayane is a ninja from the Mugen Tenshin Ninjas clan, Hajiman sect. Her mission, to search for a missing girl, Samugi Katashina, last seen near Mount Hakami. Ayane spins a purple thread which should help lead her to the girl. This is the first I'm hearing about this purple thread business. Let's find out together. I really love the Dead or Alive games, to be honest. I haven't played them as much as I'd like, but I was so enamored with the systems of them that at one point I was like, I can't play Tekken anymore. I just want to play Dead or Alive. I know that sounds weird, but I think they're great feeling games to play. And if you like pretty women, they've got plenty of those too. So there's lots to enjoy. Now, as powerful as Ayane may be, she's probably going to need a spirit camera to fight ghosts, I would think. I wonder if she will find one somewhere in her journey. Boy, I've got a lot to talk about, though. I had a very nice birthday yesterday. It was funny. It was actually a couple of people's birthdays yesterday, so I briefly dropped in on Dr. Executioner. He was doing his. And I think Strictly Turtle had a birthday yesterday as well. So it was quite an eventful day for us VTubers with birthdays and anniversaries. Let's see. The purple thread seems to lead to that abandoned inn. I hope I'm not too late. But yeah, for me a birthday doesn't really mean any more milestones. It's all kind of downhill from where I am. So that's okay. I still enjoyed it. We had a nice celebration. I went out and ate some pizza with the family. I got some nice gifts. I've been playing the great Ace Attorney off stream. That's one of my birthday gifts. It's been a lot of fun. A tree branch is poking through a crack in the boards nailed here. I don't know if Ayane will get extra lines that we didn't already hear, but I'm going to read everything out just in case. Yeah, it looks like right now I do not have a camera obscura, so either I'll get one as we go, or maybe Ayane has a different way to fight ghosts. I honestly, I played the original, or I watched my brother play the original, and I can't remember that much about it, so this is almost like experiencing it fresh for the first time for me. There's a heap of scrap wood at the end of the hallway. The water must have washed it all down here. There's a hole in the wall. I can see the next room over. It looks to be just as flooded. Camera obscure her? I hardly know her. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Well, let's hope we won't have to obscure her. Although I know that fan service is sort of the order of the day for the Dead or Alive series. How'd you like my counter pun there? I can dad joke too, you know. There's a big hole in the wall leading to the pond. The water is even deeper close to the hole. I shouldn't get too close. We will see if perhaps... Okay, so there would normally be a ghost in that room. I guess it's going to wait just a little while before kind of throwing us back into it. I don't see any items to pick up yet either. I'm very interested in as far as how long this story goes. And then also... There we go. Purple thread. The purple thread shows the quickest route to Samugi's location. Follow the thread to find Samugi. That way. But yeah, not only how long the story is, but also how it varies from the original. If all the ghosts I've been presented so far will make their reappearance. And how fast it'll go when it kind of ramps up. Will we be right into the in-game content again, or will... Now that's kind of weird, isn't it? The purple thread just guided us towards a pathway that's blocked off with rubble. What good is the purple thread if it's going to lead me in the wrong direction? Alright, let's check this out. Yeah, like the ninja path from Dynasty Warriors. Alright, come on, Ayane. Open the door. Man, I feel like Ayane improbably opens a door even slower than the other characters do. I know that's probably just me imagining things, but that's the way it feels. Alright, let's see. Nothing else to check in here. The new controller feels pretty good. It's sort of a knockoff DualShock PS4 controller. But so far it feels pretty good. I feel like the controls of the game are maybe a little foreign to me because I haven't played for a couple weeks now. But yeah, the controller seems good. Hey, Days Escaped. Good to see you. We are playing through the Ayane version of the Maiden of Black Water. Unlocked after finishing the main story. I know I did this in the past on the Wii U, but I can't remember a thing about it, so it's sort of like we're experiencing the whole thing fresh right now. So far, we have not encountered any ghosts, other than the one we saw guiding us at the very beginning. But yeah, my weekend's been pretty good so far. Sunday, I actually have quite an exciting event. There is a VTuber choir event going on. At 8 o'clock, there will be a big premiere, but there will also be a karaoke relay leading up to that big event. And if you're interested in that, I will be singing at 5:30 Eastern. I'm not the best of singers, but I do love singing. So. We'll see. Are you betting against the possibility of me finding a ghost? Because, or rather for me finding a ghost, that would be the safer bet. Ayane probably deals with all kinds of spectral forces and demons and things throughout the course of the Ninja Gaiden games. So, maybe she can handle ghosts. Never mind, it looks like the sword doesn't work at all. Jeez Louise. Things are not going good for a girl. Unfortunately. Hey, Cece. Good to see you. Thank you again for your amazing artwork. I showed it off a little bit before we really got going with this stream. I was really happy to receive it.
I didn't sense anything.
Looks like Ayane is powerless in this situation, just as most of our protagonists. Hopefully she can find a camera somewhere. Ayane agreed to look for a missing girl named Samugi. Stealing herself into the abandoned inn on Mount Akami, she was severely wounded by a malicious ghost. How can she fight off these supernatural foes? Ayane made her escape, realizing that she may need the help of forbidden magic. Perhaps a magic camera somewhere. Well, that was a really short first thread. I guess we'll get into the second one now. Huh, actually you can play Nightmare mode. Maybe I'll try it. I've not tried the Nightmare version so far. We'll try it together. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it looks like you get much less herbal medicine, sacred water, and mirror stones in this one. If it's too messy, we'll go back and do normal. We'll see how it goes. When confronted by spirits from the netherworld, Ayane is forced to make a fast retreat from the mountain. She heads in search of a means to fight her new opponents. Let's see. Hopefully we can find a camera obscura somewhere. Normally they're all over the place, but I don't know.
This enchantment will bring you to the brink of death. I hope you can withstand the pain.
The person who's talking there sounds an awful lot like the marriage arranger ghost from earlier. But hopefully that's not who it is.
Stranger to pain.
It'll bring you right to the brink of death. Dead or alive, you may say. Samugi was, of course, a character that we saw during the main story. She was driven to suicide by the thought of reuniting with her friends who all made a suicide pact that she lived through. Unfortunately, that living through turned out to be temporary.
Do you hate your sister? Huh?
She's one of my favorite ghosts, to be honest. Very cool looking with cool gimmicks.
Yourself? Very well. This will make you stronger.
I don't know what to make of this. It's almost like Ayane herself is a ghost. That doesn't seem to add up with events as I know them. Strange. In the Dead or Alive series, I know there were clones of Kasumi. I can't remember if there was an Ayane clone too. Where did all that moisture all over Ayane come from? Is it sweat?
Go on, take it. Those who reside on the mountain, they cannot stand the brightness of the Spirit Stone flashlight.
Spirit Stone flashlight? Wasn't expecting something like that. I guess I won't be using a camera after all. The Shadow Sigil, a curse that allows the user to connect with the world of the dead. It enables the user to sense ghosts while masking their own presence. Okay. So wait, am I not actually going to be able to fight ghosts? Do I just have to kind of hide from them? I sense something. I feel it. It's different from before. Tutorial. Spirit Filament. The spirit filament will react to a ghost's presence and indicate its status. Blue, unaware. The ghost is completely unaware of Ayane's presence. Yellow, searching. The ghost has sensed Ayane and is looking for her. Even when they cannot see Ayane, ghosts can hear her if she makes a noise. Red, attacking. The ghost knows where Ayane is and is ready to attack. Walk up to the spirit. I don't know. It seems a little dangerous. If you don't run and avoid making noise, ghosts will not notice you. However, there is something you need to keep in mind. Hold down to see the thread. Uh-oh. It seems ghosts can sense the purple thread. I should reel it back in before they react to it. Ghosts will notice you when you make noise. To avoid detection, move away from ghosts and stand still for a while. Avoiding these guys could be tricky. I should give this thing a try. Spirit Stone Flashlight. This is the only means by which Ayane can fight ghosts. Flash the flashlight at ghosts multiple times to temporarily stun them. This reminds me a little bit of flashlights in Dead by Daylight, which were rather tricky for me to figure out how to use. That doesn't bode well for my success here. You can also charge up the flashlight to stun ghosts with just one flash. Ghosts will recover after a while, but they will have lost track of Ayane by then. Use the Spirit Stone flashlight wisely to get past ghosts that are in your way. Let's see. Keep the reticle and press right trigger to shine light. It noticed me. That seems to have some effect, but I'll need to hit it with something stronger. Hold down right trigger to charge it up, and then release. There's a little meter at the bottom left that shows how highly I've charged it. It seems the ghost has been weakened. This is my chance to get past. Your concealment gauge will not recover while you are running. To let it recover, move away from ghosts and stand still for a while. Yeah, I guess she can't do the glimpse or even really destroy ghosts. She can only stun them using this flashlight. That seems to make this more of a stealth type section than anything. I can't sense it anymore. With the flashlight and the shadow sigil, I'll be able to get Tsumugi out of here. Let's hope so. But I wonder. Hopefully this lower back cleavage isn't bad for anybody. I just put blood, violence, depictions of self-harm, but I didn't really cover the possibility that we're going to see some, skin. But I doubt it's any problem for anybody. Just be aware. It hasn't noticed me. Should I wait for it to go away? Ghosts will be drawn to any noise you make. Walking will alert them more than when you stand still, and running will quickly bring them down upon you. The safest option is to stand still and wait for the spirit to go past, then walk upstairs. Let's try it. There he goes. We're not making any noise, we're staying perfectly still. Okay. Seems like we'll be fine. There we go. But there are more ghosts, of course. I can sense there's 3 of them. If ghosts get too close to you, even if you don't move, your concealment gauge will go down and you'll be spotted. Sometimes you may have to quietly approach a ghost and stun it with the Spirit Stone flashlight. Let me pause for a second. because I need a little water. Alright. Try not to attract ghosts' attention. Seems like there's quite a many of them. Let's see. I can't actually go around this way. We'll have to go through the main room. I see one ghost. The other two must be on the other side of the wall. Shoot. It's going to be a little trickier to get past here than I thought. Because there's a big hole in the floor here. Come to think of it, I'm not really sure how to get past without alerting that ghost there. I'm not even sure if it's going to be possible. Stun your opponents with the filament to get past them. Oh no! I was not fast enough. Okay. There we go. It's one down. The others do not appear to be alerted yet, but I'm sure it's not too hard to imagine that they will be. But one of them seems to have lost track of me. See if we can get past the other one. That seems a little like it would be a little easier from the other direction. Let's see. Maybe if this guy doesn't notice me here, then I can go through here. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, they almost spotted me, but not quite. I think we're good. We won't have to fight the ghosts. Luckily, your stealth gauge does seem to come back very quickly if it lowers, so all you really need to do is find a chance to be away from ghosts for a while. It sort of seems to me that items are also going to be in very short supply compared to in the main game. Or rather, compared to when you're playing normal mode. I'd imagine it's a function of me playing nightmare mode that is making items so scarce. Ba-boom! Alright. Let's sneak on past this guy. It's not a bad idea if you just see one ghost, I think, to stun him using a full charge. Instead of trying to sneak past. Obviously, there was no way I was going to sneak past that guy because he was right dead center in the middle of the room. Man, I don't remember this part at all, to be honest. It's a complete blur to me. I'm experiencing it live for the first time. Alright, there is a ghost there. And the way this is working is going to make it a little hard for me to... We'll try to stun him. There we go. There's quite a lot of ghosts here, to be honest. There's a scrap of paper on the rain-soaked concrete. I can't stay at home anymore. It's me. I shouldn't be there. My mother and sister get hurt when they try to be nice. I'm weak and I'm lost. I'm so weak I can't even kill myself. I wish I could just disappear. Okay, we should really get moving before this ghost comes back. Oh no, wait. It came back really fast. Come on, flashlight. There you go. These are just the standard kind of man and woman ghosts, so it's not likely that they're going to be very dangerous, even if they spot me. But if we get into the later parts of the game, and we start seeing some of those familiar old ghosts again, things could get much, much more dangerous. I wonder if the nightmare mode has also increased the number of ghosts that I'm going to find. Because it seems like the number is quite high. Let's get moving. Alright, we're back at Hikami Tunnel. I don't detect any ghosts just yet. Yeah, most of the descriptions of like items and settings and things appear to be the same as in the main mode, so I won't read them unless we find something new. Let's see, where does the purple thread want us to go? It wants us to go that way, but for the sake of exploring, I will try the other directions. Ayane doesn't like that. She wants to stay focused. Alright. Listen, you diverted everybody for a game of beach volleyball for a really long time. The least you can do is let me explore this mountain myself. Alright, there's one down. They don't stay stunned for very long at all, to be honest, so we need to quickly move on after we finish that. I wonder if you can upgrade. It doesn't look like there's any upgrades available for Ayane, so her spirit flashlight now is probably as strong as it gets. That first section kind of gave me the impression that the drops were each going to be kind of short. I have a feeling that overall it'll be very short compared to the main game, but we'll see exactly how short. It seems like walking through water makes a lot of noise because that ghost noticed me even more quickly than usual. I should keep that in mind as we head through areas that are going to be much more wet. Let's see, the thread still wants me to go this way. It's funny because it told me, you know, don't use the thread around ghosts, but the truth of the matter is I very, very rarely use those functions that tell you where to go anyways. So I don't think that's much of a concern. Alright, so I think it's pointing us to continue going through the tunnel here. It's funny, you can still take a spirit photograph with your flashlight apparently. Was that Samugi? No, it couldn't have. Why is my purple thread telling me to go in the completely opposite direction now? Anyway, the thread will lead me to Samugi. I just have to trust it. Let's see. I've been trusting it and it keeps leading me to dead ends and then telling me to go in the complete opposite directions. I don't know. Alright. Let's head down here to the womb cavern. Let's see. Oh, another thing I did this weekend is I finished up. Hey, come on. Alright, there we go. I don't know if some of these ghosts are like stronger than others, but hopefully one flash is enough to stun all of them. I don't really know. I'm just gonna run for now and try to just bypass them. Okay, am I still going the right way? Yes. Yes, I am. I think there's an item around here somewhere. There we go. Ah, shoot! I'd almost forgotten that those things were going to attack me. It's been quite a while since I saw them. Okay, here's some herbal medicine. As a reminder, even if you don't use items, they'll count towards extra points at the end, so it's worth picking them up. Alright, let's see. Which direction? This way. But yeah, I finished watching Succession this weekend, and man, what a fantastic show. The writing in that show blows me away every time. It's like every single scene is just so carefully written. Very impressive stuff. Shoot. I've been running around, but it seems that I'm attracting the attention of ghosts by doing that. I'll try standing still for a second. See if maybe they lose interest. They are, although that one's very close now. Hopefully they'll go in the other direction. Let's see. Let's quickly sneak past this ghost. I hope I'm going the right way. I kind of need to check my thread again. Let's try that now. Okay, it's pointing me back this direction. It probably wants me to go towards the main hall, if I'm being honest. Nope, it wants me to go across this bridge. Okay. Actually, my sense of direction may be a little messed up. This may be going towards the shrine after all. We will see, we will see. Yep, this away. This one looks like trouble. It's a ghost, but it reeks of blood. That may be the blood of its victims. It may have been human once, but I doubt there's any humanity left now. I'd better make sure it doesn't notice me. That is, of course, the ghost of the man that killed all those shrine maidens up on the mountain and sort of set events into motion. I wonder if I can blast him with my flashlight or if he's somehow immune to that. I kind of want to just try it, because if I don't try, I won't know. Okay, it seems to work. So they issued a warning there, but I don't think he's particularly more dangerous than the other ones, except just that his attack pattern may be worse. But if he doesn't attack me, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Huh. She disappeared before my flash went off. Let's see. Anything down here? No. Probably just wants me to go to the left. Yep. Honestly, the thread is sort of like the ghost that appears to guide you around in the main game, except even worse, because the ghost at least had the advantage that it would look in the right direction, but the thread just kind of has to slowly wind out, so directionality sort of takes a little bit with that one. It's really funny, though, that Ayane is like this super powerful ninja, and yet all the tools available to her are like worse versions of everybody else's. Okay. In through here. I guess if you can be trapped on an island and forced to play volleyball, you can also be trapped in a house and forced to shine a flashlight at ghosts. As usual, there is nothing useful inside here. But I have to check anyways. Okay, let's see. I might be going backwards by accident. Let me check something real quick. What does my thread say? Am I still going the right way? I am. Seems like it wants me to cut through this room, maybe? No, I think it wants me to go backwards, probably through that door over there. Alright, let's try it. Into this small closet? That can't be right. Alright, purple thread, you're starting to get on my nerves. Which way are you trying to point me to go? Okie dokie. You just wanted me to see that cool doll in there, right? Oh, come on. The thread is basically pointing that way. Ha Alright, fine. We'll go back through here. Ayane, your thread is broken. Oh, come on. What? This is getting ridiculous. Alright, come on, thread. Come on. Which way do you want me to go? I already went into that closet. You better not be wasting my time. Okay, through here, I guess. Nice, nice, nice. I want my thread to remember that if it outlives its usefulness, thread can always be severed. Alright, so we got some herbal medicine, and I assume this path here is the one it wants me to take. Past all the creepy hanging dolls. Alright. My favorite Dead or Alive character is Helena, but she's not the one that I'm best at playing, I don't think. I'm trying to remember, who did I play? Oh yeah, Neo Tengu, never mind. Neo Tengu is my favorite Dead or Alive character. And she's also the one I was best at playing. Jeez Louise. There's a lot of ghosts around here. And I hear a weird noise I'm not familiar with as well. I think if I have to stun 2 ghosts at once, I'm probably messing up. Because they very quickly get triggered by such an action. Oh shoot! Jeez Louise, I've triggered quite a few of them. Golly. Alright, and because this is nightmare mode, I'm gonna die instantly. Ouch. Jeez Louise. I forgot that the worst part about ghosts is that they can teleport, so getting away from them is not so simple. Jeez Louise. Tsumugi, she's inside. That was a vision. Is this another effect of the shadow sigil? Tsumugi must be trapped and close to death. That may be true of me as well. It would be just fine with me if they want to end this chapter before I get attacked by ghosts again. Ayane cast a spell on herself, bringing her closer to death. Enveloped in darkness, she followed a purple thread connected to her target, Tsumugi. The thread led to the Shrine of the Ephemeral, located on the summit of Mount Akami. We'll take an A, that's fine for now. Alrighty. Let's go on to the 3rd thread. Trying to decide if I should keep playing in nightmare mode or just do normal for now. It's really funny to me that normal describes it as for players who want to enjoy the game, meaning that nightmare is for players who don't want to enjoy the game. But yeah, we'll try it out, I guess. Why not? Here we have the 3rd thread, the Shrine of the Ephemeral. The purple thread leads Ayane to the Shrine of the Ephemeral on Mount Akami's summit. She heads inside the old shrine, which seems to exude darkness itself. When I was young and I was in school, I remember there came a point where I became really annoyed at all kinds of properties using darkness as a type of power. So they would be like, my sword of darkness, or my beam of darkness, and I was like, actually, darkness is just the absence of light. It's not anything with any power at all. I thought I was so smart. Samugi must be close. Alright. Here's another note for us. What appears to be a scrap of notebook paper has been dropped here. She told me I can be strong, so long as I have this thread. I don't know what to do. I want to be strong. Thinking I can't be strong is worse than not thinking at all. That's true. Alright, let's see. Where does the thread want me to go? It seems like the rewards for tracking off the beaten path are much less in this mode, so I'll probably just follow the thread as closely as I can. Alright, through this door here. I'm sure we'll encounter more ghosts sooner rather than later. You have to pass by the ghosts really quickly after you stun them. Because they sure don't stay stunned for very long. Oh, come on. I opened the door and then it immediately closed it. This ghost is kind of annoying even in the main games. Open the door, damn it. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Let's stay still for a second and see if we can make those ghosts finally stop following me. Hey, come on! That's not fair. The ghost should only, like, actively attack me if they're red, right? I don't feel like I can trust this filament at all. Ah. Jeez Louise. Ah, come on. Ah! Don't dodge into the ghost. Jeez Louise. Woof. Good golly, Miss Molly. Oh wait, you want an Amelia? Sure. And I've actually prepared a special Amelia for just the occasion. It's my special ghost Amelia. Yes, I'm sorry to report that at some tragic time in the near past, Amelia has passed on. Leaving only a ghost. Alright, let's go through here. I don't even know if this is the right way anymore. I'm just trying to get away from these ghosts. No, it's not. It's not the right way, apparently. That's unfortunate. But I guess I'd better go back this way if it's telling me that's what I have to do. Jeez Louise, come on. The ghost count is so high. I guess it's because nightmare mode or something, but the density of ghosts is just insane. Jeez Louise. I think we finally gave him the slip, though. At least for a little bit. Yeah, that thread keeps telling them where I am, and that's a little unfortunate. I'm not sure. To be honest, I think I'd need more of a little chance to get to know you, but we can stick around and see what happens. Sure. Let's see. Right now, I'm going to see if I can figure out. There we go. This is, of course, the room with the giant reliquary box, where you find that drowned Maiden ghost in the main game. And it looks like, speaking of the drowned ghost, here she is, right here. Unfortunate. Very quickly climactic here. Oh, but there's the significance of the purple thread. It seems that it ties Ayane to her.
We made it.
The strange part here is we know Tsumugi became a ghost, so we have to question when this is all happening. Ayane searched the Shrine of the Ephemeral. She located and rescued Tsumugi, who was being swallowed by the black water. An unsettling presence surrounded the pair. Beings from the netherworld were all around. Wow, I'm a little surprised that's where we're going to start the fourth thread, but I guess that's the way it is. It's actually the last thread. Wow, we're going to wrap this up quick. I may have to go into nightmare mode and just play around in the older ones. Just for the sake of filling up stream time. Ayane rescues Tsumugi from the shrine, but the two are surrounded by creatures from the netherworld. Ayane takes Tsumugi with her and plans their escape. We'll do this one in nightmare mode since we've done the rest in that. Although nightmare mode really is just kind of a mad scramble away from ghosts, it feels like. Within the Shrine of the Ephemeral, Ayane locates Tsumugi and rescues her from the black water. The next step is to plan their escape. Surrounded by evil spirits, Ayane knows she has to think fast. Jeez Louise. It's dangerous here. We need to get out fast. Let's go. I know it said to walk and keep my noise down around ghosts, but now doesn't feel like the time for that. Oh, sheesh. Jeez Louise. Yeah, let's just run. We're motor. Well, this room doesn't look safe. I'm gonna hold still for just a second and see if maybe they lose me. Sheesh, yeah, moving just a little bit here alerts them to your presence pretty darn quickly. I think the best I can do is maybe try to stun one of them and then make a run for it. Alright, let's try that. Alrighty. Do this away. But yeah, in terms of hanging out with other streamers, I do like playing games with other streamers. I do like, especially doing art streams with them. I sometimes find that's a pretty good way to meet somebody, is to do a little collaborative art with them. So yeah, you can always reach out if you're interested. Especially Twitter is a pretty good place to reach me. It's sometimes a little hard for me to focus on such things during a Twitch stream, but yeah, if you want to hang out sometime, just reach out to me over Twitter, and I'd be happy to look into it. Alright, so let's see what's up here. I feel like I should really hold still for a second and stop this yellow filament from becoming a red filament. There we go. It's tempting to run everywhere because I did run everywhere during the main campaign. But that seems to be a dangerous thing to do here. It's not actually letting me check my thread right now, so I don't know if I'm headed the right way or not. But right now this is being held shut. Let's try this way. Okay, I'm sure that stun is very temporary, so let's try to get a move on. Alright, through here. Yeah, I think we're just trying to escape right now. Although it's a little funny, it seems like we're escaping without that girl at all. I hope that's okay. Aha! Not this time. Not this time. An ink bottle. Bottle of ink used for dark arts. The magic of the ink brings its user closer to death. I believe the ink will temporarily hide you from ghosts. Okay, actually, it appears she's been following after me all along. And I just didn't realize. That's good news. Yeah, I noticed that the ink on her back, as the moisture gauge increases, it seems like that ink sort of washes off, which is not good news. But certainly that's not the end of this mode, right?
You're suffering because of your sister.
I'll hush up for a bit so we can watch.
She understands how you feel. I promise. She's your family. It might not seem like it now, but don't worry. She cares for you very deeply. That's what families are. People who care for one another.
Ayane with the teachable moments.
It's okay. You'll get stronger. I'll get strong.
And when you get strong enough, you can come and join me in the Dead or Alive tournament. We'll be a tag team. Why not? It's a nice message, but it seems a little silly considering that, as far as I remember, she pretty much became a ghost, didn't she? I don't know. Maybe this is like an alternate timeline or something like that. Anyways, we got an S+, and that's always nice. So we completed all of Ayane's stuff. I guess that should be the last episode, shouldn't it? Let's try loading back in and seeing what else there is. Yeah, it says our episode percentage is still at 71%, even after completing all of that. Huh. I don't know what to make of that. Well, let's do some more of the nightmare mode of some of the previous stages. We'll try switching into some of our costumes that we unlocked. I know there's this white kimono for Yuri. What else? What else? Glasses. I feel like a white lily would suit her in this costume, so let's try that. Alright, and for Rin, we'll go with the kimono. For Miyu, did she unlock anything, or did she not? We unlocked cat ears and a cat tail, but that's about it. We'll try that out at least. Alright. Apply the changes. And let's see. Why don't we go back to the first drop? It's kind of funny. The first drop was actually my worst score, too. But we'll do the nightmare mode for now. Huh. It seems like the nightmare mode here doesn't start you out with any items whatsoever. No herbal medicine. No nothing. Maybe that's because this is the first chapter, or maybe it's because Nightmare Mode really doesn't give you any items at all. I'm not going to read through this again because, of course, we have done this before. So we'll kind of be skipping through scenes and stuff just to see what we can do as far as completion and score-wise. But if you're ever interested in seeing the whole story again, you can always do that through my VODs. I saved every VOD for the Fatal Frame stream. I think the only part that got muted was when they play the song at the end of the game during the credits. That whole section got muted. But other than that, the whole VODs are preserved, so you can enjoy watching those back anytime you want.
In the end,
I save those here on Twitch. There's some streams I can't archive here on Twitch. You can always find those on YouTube.
I will end it all. Alone.
It doesn't actually let me skip past this part, it turns out. So. Wow, that kimono is pretty. I like it.
What we're looking for should be in here.
I kind of wish we got a chance to play as Hisoka too.
This is
I like
also
Hisoka.
a chance for you to take the lead.
But yeah, you can't actually skip the cutscenes, weirdly enough. I guess we'll just have to watch them again.
This is a camera obscura. It will let you see the unseen, including the clues that will help you find what we're here for. This is your opportunity, your first case.
Alrighty. So I think here it's actually going to give me a tutorial on how to use the camera obscura again, which is
Let's start.
unnecessary at this point.
It works exactly like a normal camera.
I have quite a few points I can spend, so I might take a second to do that too.
Hold up the camera.
Do. We can look around here.
The camera obscura photographs the netherworld, a whole other world separate from our home.
We'll try to move fast because I know the speed is a critical element of score as well.
That world that we see through the lens is not unlike the afterworld.
There you go.
Make sure not to draw too much interest in the things we see. If you aren't careful, you might be drawn into the netherworld yourself.
It seems like all this instruction should have been given before we got onto the mountain.
Things around here seem to have changed. It wasn't exactly bustling, but it never used to. Take this.
The post-mortem photograph.
It will help lead you to what we're looking for.
I know there's always multiple endings you can get in Fatal Frame games. I do wonder if it's tied to completing the game in Nightmare Mode, or if it's tied to getting a certain grade on each stage. Can't really say.
Head inside.
Alright, you can also press left bumper and X to open snap mode at any time to capture any interesting moments and areas. I don't know if I did that earlier.
This is a post-mortem photograph. It's not just a normal photograph that was taken to one dead. It's why Red sent us here.
Alright, right now we are just trying to get
It seems that this photo came from somewhere around here, and he wants us to see it.
through this as quickly as we can because we've already experienced the story and now we just want to score as much as we can get. Huh. It's shining like there's an item there, but I don't see anything. It might be behind a wall or something. Or maybe it's trying to point me to something to the floor above. I don't know. Oh, actually, here we go. I can skip the cutscenes. That's going to be useful. I just was not pressing the right button.
Wait. I can sense something.
Really? A ghost?
It's called a trace. A shadow of the past. The token is showing you the way. These traces can lead you to the right path.
Okay, let's head upstairs.
Let's follow that shadow.
There at the end of the hall we see an item. We'll go pick that up. It kind of takes a while for the game to give you your first taste of combat against ghosts. We've read all this before, so I'm not going to read it again. It's a pretty text-heavy game, as you may know. I know there's still a lot of these photos of ghosts that only appear for just a moment that I didn't manage to take originally. So we definitely want to try to capture as many of those as we can to work towards that completion. I'm not really a completionist, to be clear. I probably will not play this game to 100%. I can count the number of games I have played to 100% on one hand, and without using all the fingers. Not that I don't admire people who put in that kind of work, but I think my attention span is a little low for that.
Maybe it's in this room.
The door is locked.
It appears we need a key. Try using the camera obscura.
It's funny because with just her wearing a kimono right now, it feels weirdly like they're there for some sort of like costumed photo shoot. Okay, it's pointing us back to the room we came from. We will head back there.
You go on ahead of me and look for the key to the door. I'll wait for you here.
Back the way we came. Here's a spooky hanging man ghost for us. I wonder if it'll let me... Will it already let me upgrade my camera? It will. Nice. We have quite a few points to spend, so we can choose to upgrade something. Let's see. What should it be? I think attack distance sounds good. We'll go with that for now. If we get a little bit more, we can upgrade the absorption as well. I think I'll hold on for that because if we were to get the absorption up, I don't know, maybe we'll unlock an achievement or something for having the whole camera upgrade. Or maybe the achievement sadistically wants me to get the whole lens as well. Okay, we've got the key now. We already know where to go. Here's this guy again. Don't worry, he's not looking at us, he's just looking at our key. Nothing dangerous there. Okay, so we head back through here, where Hisoka is waiting. And through here we may have another spectral encounter. You know what would be cool? A Fatal Frame game, but like with aliens instead of ghosts. I wonder if there is such a thing. Seems like it would be
Try
interesting.
searching with the camera obscura.
I always forget what to do in these parts, but now I remember.
Invisible to your naked eye.
It's the Phantom Expose. You've got to turn it just right, actually. There you go. But yeah, I think there's maybe an untapped market for like alien abduction type games. Sort of similar to like this, or even something like Phasmo or something. Just the same concept, but with aliens. I think it would be cool.
This is what we came here for.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can skip these cutscenes. I should probably do that to keep things moving. Because again, if you do want to see all the cutscenes, they're available in the VODs. Be sure to take a look at those if you're interested. Oh, I didn't even notice that ghost there originally. Spooky. That's pretty eerie.
Yuri, searching for objects like we did just now might be easy, but searching for people is much more difficult.
Man, she really motors when she gets slightly off screen, huh?
As a shadow. Never follow after the shadow of someone who has been spirited away. You might end up seeing something you wish you didn't.
You just might. Yeah, I'm managing to capture a lot of the ghosts I missed the first time, so that's good. Alright, so now we're just back to the old standard mode. We're just gonna take photos of this guy in the standard fashion. Although we are on nightmare mode right now, so we could be slightly stronger. Those hands there are interesting. You see them appear sometimes, but they're really very infrequent throughout the game. Yeah, he's got way more health than normal in this version. Which is not surprising, I suppose. You can lock onto them to hear these weird moans and groans. I think I used the bind lens by accident. Alright. That's the end of Solomon Grundy, as they say. Skip cutscene. Skip cutscene. There we go. Man, it's funny how much faster this game is if you're skipping the cutscenes. Huh, rank B. That's a little surprising. I wonder what I was supposed to do to get more points. Oh well. Maybe you just gotta move even faster. Alright. Let's go on to the second drop. Yeah, I think the episode percentage continues to go up as I do these nightmare modes. So to get all the episode percentage, you'll have to clear those too, I guess. Let's do it. As usual, we will skip the cutscenes where we can. Keep things moving pretty quickly. I'll go for at least 2 hours today, if not 3 hours. We will see, we'll see. I'll probably stop somewhere in that 2 hour to 3 hour range. Right now we're at 1 hour and 16. Okay, let's see. We do still have to do these segments where we're inside the house collecting clues. But let's do them as fast as we can. Yeah, from the fact that we got a B on that previous one, I feel like maybe time. It could be time is not as critical as I thought it was. And maybe the more important element is score. Again, I'm not going to take the time to read stuff we already read in our first playthrough. Just going to keep on going through it. Alright. Up through here. What have we got? I've been thinking about it. I'm still using the free version of Live 2D. I guess the trial version of the pro version is what I'm using right now. And I had been using free for quite some time. But they do have a sale for the pro license going on. And I have been thinking, if I'm interested in doing animations in Live 2D, there's a lot of features that really only work if you have the Pro version. So I may have to buy that, even though it's not cheap. But it's something I've been thinking about. I know they're doing a sale right now. The sale is like 25% off. But again, I stress, not cheap.
Ahsoka. She must have gone to Mount Hikami to look for this girl.
It's a shame that I did not think to put something like that on my list for presents that I want. That would have been nice. Back to the mountain. I don't have a camera obscura. And my flashlight isn't even the ghost version of a flashlight. How unfortunate. Let's just keep proceeding quickly. In the main game, I would often travel off the beaten path and just sort of like find items and things, but we're just going to try to keep blazing through this as quickly as we can. Still, I must admit, I do miss my camera obscura. Hopefully this segment where we don't have it doesn't last too long. This is the part where it tries to introduce you to ghost hands. But I managed to dodge it already, so we're okay. Alright, heading back up. Man, I'm still a little surprised at how short the Ayane segment was. The other Fatal Frame games I've played, 1, 2, 3, they usually had a fair number of missions you could do afterwards, which are almost like little bonus challenges. They give you a ghost and you want to try to take photos with as much points as possible. I'm a little surprised that this game does not seem to have a version like that. It was a good way to sort of add a little bit more longevity onto the main game. But there is still all the nightmare stages at least. You can fill up a little bit of time with that. Let's see. Down through here. This is a part of the mountain I really didn't come to very often now that I think about it. There must be something in the water. Alright, so let's see. Come on, pick it up. It's Ahsoka's camera obscura. It's funny that it gives me all these upgrades a second time. Strange. This guy is angrier than I remember. I think he may be just a little bit faster than usual, but even enhanced, he's still one of the slower ghosts. So I don't think we'll have too much trouble. Luckily, these two are staying pretty close together so that I can continue to grasp them both in my photos. I think I was a little too fast on the draw that time. Okay, that does it. We can glance these ghosts if we don't get distracted by text. Nice. Alrighty, let's keep going. There's the woman on a cliff. Distinct by her sounds. Alright, keep following that trail up this way. Going just as fast as our legs will take us. Some more Type 14 film. I should probably switch that over, huh? Oh, actually, I'm already using my Type 14 film. I did not realize. Come to think of it, did I get a little mixed up? I was saying that the girl that Ayane was trying to track down was not actually, maybe not actually that girl. Huh. I feel like the name was different on that one. Maybe they just look similar. Okay, back into the forest. Next week, I have a lot of relatives coming in and out of my house, which means that my time for streaming will be somewhat limited. A bit of a shame because I'd love to, you know, do all kinds of Christmas celebration streams and everything, but the karaoke thing tomorrow may be the closest I get to that. There was someone by the shrine on the other side of the river. Was it Fuyuhi? I'm sort of like, I know I shouldn't be reading out this stuff that we already read before, but I can't really help myself. When I see text on screen, I must simply read. Boy, this guy takes this good, sweet time getting up. Oop, too quick. Not that way. Alright, come on, buddy. You know, it's weird. I feel like one time this guy's arms counted as a spot you were supposed to photograph, but right now they don't. Wonder why that is. He fell. Not the slickest animation ever, unfortunately. Alright, one more shot ought to do it. I imagine. Nope. How about... Jeez Louise, his health is holding up better than I expected. Pretty healthy for a dead guy, if I'm being honest. Okay. I unfortunately think we wasted a little bit of time there because that was not even an essential ghost to find. But that's okay. It could actually be that the points you get from photographing ghosts count more than the time you spend. But who knows? That's a hanging tree. Not what we like to see. Alright, we'll simply skip past this. The Hanged Woman, a classic. Let's take care of these two real quick. Getting a little close for comfort there, buddy. I messed that one up a little bit. That's okay. We can either try for a moment where they're attacking, or we can try to get 5 in frame at once. Either way is okay. Sometimes they take a very long time to attack. My rewards frame ran out at just the wrong time. Okay, I think they're done for. I can't glimpse them since unfortunately they're behind the tree, but that's okay. We'll simply move a little faster to make up for it. Ah, damn it. The ghost hand. My success rate on getting away from those things remains about 50-50. Unfortunately. Right, let's keep following the trail. Goes through here. Huh. There was a ghost there. Interesting. Swept away, Maiden. It's for you here again. I did see an item right over here, so I'll just take a quick detour and pick that up. There's usually quite a few items on the riverbed down here. Although if I get grabbed by a bunch of hands, then I might end up at a net negative, unfortunately. Wow, there's 3 ghosts here? That's a little bit more than I expected. I would like them to sort of clump together a little bit more. It's going to be hard to take a photo of them, like, if they're all spread out. I feel like the amount of power I'm absorbing is somewhat lower than I expected. Usually the rewards frame kind of pays for itself, but maybe if you don't wait for the fatal frames, you don't get very much absorption. Whoa, that one really got close up on. Alright, I think that's it for him. We'll try to glance him real quick if we can. Throughout the main game, it seems to track which ghosts you have glanced before. There must have been a couple that I didn't manage to glance because I think there's an achievement of some kind for managing to glance all of them. I wonder if there's actually a couple of ghosts that only seem to appear in situations where you would not be able to glance them afterwards. For instance, I don't know that the tall woman ever actually faded away after beating her. There was also that ghost with a parasol who only appeared for a very brief time. I wonder if we'll get a chance to see her again at some point. Yeah, from what I can tell, this game does not seem to have a mission mode, which is a bit of a shame. I always liked the mission mode. Unless it like unlocks after finishing Nightmare or something, which I guess is possible, but does not seem likely. Alright, let's continue on into the Doll Mansion. Through here. That's odd. It says it doesn't look like for you he went into the shrine, but she was right here, looking at the shrine. The good old child ghosts. I think we'll get a little encounter with them in a second here. I'll photograph all three of them. Go this way. Go this way. Man, it's so nice not having to just like walk around slowly like we had to do in Ayane's mid. Man, he turned on a dime just now. Went from a standing like one direction to a 90-degree change. Ah, shoot, I was too slow on that one. Let's see. Yeah, usually it keeps a ghost list that even tracks like the ghosts you only see for just a moment.
Fuyuhi.
Alright, now we're headed back to the pool of purification. We just gotta get all the way back down the mountain.
Die alone in a place like this.
Listen, dying is bad no matter where you do. That's my personal stance. Alright, we go back through the forest. Let's see. This away. I've never drawn a person in a kimono before, but it always strikes me that wearing a kimono gives you such a nice shape. It's kind of like it changes the shape of a person a little bit to wear a kimono because it makes the legs seem longer than they are because of where the waist is tied. It's a nice visual. Alright, we got them all in the reward frame. Now we just gotta look for the right moment to tag them with the actual shot. Approach at your own peril. I wonder if they're more aggressive in this mode. It sort of feels like they are. It's funny, I think one of them just did damage without actually knocking me out of the... Yeah, wow, they're way more aggressive in this mode. Jeez Louise. Okay, for now we'll gain some distance. I might need to use my healing frame a little bit. Sometimes they trip up, but it seems like they're keeping a good pace for now. Jeez Louise, guys. Come on. What? Sheesh. Okay, fine, I'll take a photo. Come on. That's how I feel. That's what you get. Okay, we'll take those glances. And now, which way do you want me to go, game? Which way? That way. Wait, you have to find Fuyuhi. Then why are you pointing me down that path? Wait, was Fuyuhi not just with me?
Fuyuhi! Aruka, she's here.
Yeah, Fuyuhi. Let's get going. Back down this pathway. See an item there. We'll take a quick pit stop to pick up. Skip the cutscene because we've already seen it. Where did Fuyuhi get off to this time? Fuyuhi appears here as one of my favorite bosses. Oh, sheesh. Help, my favorite boss is beating me up. Golly. It's like you can't, her face is no longer a spot you can photograph. I guess you have to target her knife. I don't think I actually have a mirror stone, so I'd better take a second to actually heal up. Yeah, they didn't give me a mirror stone in this mode, so I better use my sacred water now. Jeez Louise, and that dodging is not easy either. The timing's a little tricky on that. Jeez Louise! That's not easy. You can lock on to the knife at least. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Whew. Okay, there we go. That's the standard attack pattern I was looking for. But man, my absorption is so low right now. It's not going to be easy enough to even just fill up my heal frame is going to be difficult. Or the rewards frame for that matter. I'm going to have to pick between using my heal frame or my rewards frame. Oop, kind of fumbled the controls there a bit, unfortunately. Oof. She's pretty fast and furious with her attacks in this one. Although at least that gives me a lot of chances to take photos. You're always talking about pain and dying together. Listen, real friends want to do more than just die together all the time. At least that's the way I see it. There we go. Let's go get that glance. Yeah, I think her attack pattern even seemed a good bit different in this one. Maybe the stronger ghosts actually changed their attack patterns in the nightmare mode. That would make things a little bit more interesting. Okay, this ghost will indeed taint you if it touches you, and you need to be very careful about that because it will make your health go down very, very quickly. Whoa, I messed up. There we go. I'll be the one doing the glancing today. I seem to have lost some more health at some point. Maybe they managed to catch me after all. I probably actually need to heal before I run the risk of dying again. I'll take the chance now. There we go. She has a sort of a ranged attack that she was trying to use there. You just have to make sure you attack with the right timing. And there we go. But it's still not over yet. Now we need to get down away from the mountain, I believe. Let's see. We don't actually have a trace to follow right now. We just have to run. Let's see. And there we go. That's another drop completed. Hey, that's okay. Fine by me. I wonder if the scores go lower than B, or if B is the lowest it goes. Alright, we're back to Rin Hojo. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, so they did used to have lower grades than B. I see. Get it? I see. Rin in this kimono looks really funny.
So then, shouldn't you take the camera obscura?
I suppose I should, shouldn't I?
Yet, this could be your chance. People say there's something off about that place.
Man, honestly, Rei sounds so nice and, or Rui sounds so nice and cheerful in this scene. It would be nice if we could have gotten to see a little bit more of that side of her. I feel like very quickly her whole personality just kind of like is overtaken by her role in the plot, which is being obsessed with the professor and feeling spurned by him in terms of their relationship. It's an interesting arc, but I think it would have been even nicer if we could have seen a little bit more of what she was like before that point. Gotten a little bit more attachment to her. But that's just the way it is. To reacquaint you with Rin, his version of the camera obscura is a little bit different. It can't use the special lenses, but it can use a multi-shot feature. Traditionally, the multi-shot can be a little unsafe to use because it takes forever to recharge after that.
There's a local superstition warning people.
But in this mode, the lenses cost so much to use that maybe the multi-shot is better by comparison. Who knows?
So, do you think you'll be able to use the camera obscura? I think you should try it out first, just to be sure.
Okay.
Photo mode. Press X to take consecutive shots.
Is the camera working?
It sure is.
So, yeah,
Is that a good thing?
we should go.
I like the sort of banter between Rui and the professor. I wish it could have gone just a little bit longer. Let's try to upgrade Rin's camera a little bit. We've got enough points to do so. Which would be the best to upgrade, I wonder? Both his loader is really bad by default, so powering that up could make sense. I think that's what I'll do. And we should gain enough points to upgrade it again at some point here.
I hear the older part of this inn, the part that's further back inside, it was part of some temple or shrine.
Let's see.
After it became an inn, the proprietor's family lived here, but it doesn't look like
Honestly, I'm not sure which direction it wants me to go in right now.
massive landslide that hit Mountain Colony. Maybe they were all buried under the rubble. Hey, it looks like the album you asked for was found in the old building.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Let's continue after that ghost. Speaking of ghosts, here's one right here. Must have been the wind, huh? Jeez Louise. Alrighty. Let's grab another one here. And yet more. I feel like I'm still detecting, what is it? An item or a ghost? A ghost. Hands waving in the dark. Looks like the ghost proceeded down this way, despite the hands waving in the dark.
It should be around here.
Some herbal medicine. And a ghost. And now we're fighting, just like that. Sometimes that's all it takes. Alright. The ghost stubbornly refuses to attack me, denying me my fatal frame opportunity. Ah, come on. I'll go ahead and take the first shot then. It's like she was waiting for the most annoying time to attack. She had to wait till the staircase. Alright, come on, lady. It's funny because when you have an assistant character such as Rui, sometimes you can change the shot to try to include her in it, and it'll give you an extra point to photograph. That will allow you to more easily take a shot with 5 marks in it. Which is good for the sake of building up your score and possibly staggering the ghost as well. Wait, what's she doing? I've never seen that before. I'm not exactly sure what she was going for there. Get off of my assistant. Hey, good job, Rui, allowing me to demonstrate that get them together in one photograph thing I was talking about. That's what makes you a great assistant. Alright, so let's see. Going over to the right there. I think I'll take a quick peek in here just in case there's any items. I feel like there were. Nope, no items. Then we'll go through this way. Alright. Through the door here.
Ahsoka found that album.
Yeah, it seems so.
I kind of forgot that that boss fight didn't happen earlier. But I guess we don't actually fight that innkeeper until this chapter. Alright, we'll once again just kind of skip through this note. And let's see. This guy has his own thoughts on the post-mortem photograph. I kept wanting to say post-modem. As a cord cutter, I too have a post-modem photograph. No, I'm just kidding. Your modem, I think, remains part of your household even if you decide to drop cable. But I wanted to try to make the joke. Ghosts. They're schmoving. Yeah, if you can take the photos one at a time, I think you'll get a higher score than by using the multi-shot. And your camera won't take as long to recharge either, so I pretty much just keep my finger off the multi-shot if I can help it. I've never really extensively tested that, but it just seems to be the case to me. Luckily, fighting these two ghosts in the hallway is like the perfect place to fight them. There's not much they can do to stop you from just taking a bunch of group photos. Ooh, nice. I managed to get this guy this time.
According to the
He doesn't stick around for very long.
the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor.
I think that's on the other side there.
He burned himself to death there.
Yeah.
Or then he threw himself into the lake.
Common enough story.
Tell me about it.
I thought I was detecting a ghost, but I think that's just an item over there.
Since then, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor veranda, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Oh man, I like their banter. I wish that we'd gotten to see them that way a little bit longer. Unfortunately. Alright. Some more photo. Film. It's funny because when you're playing through in normal mode, I think there's a lot of cases where you'll find film that you just don't have space to carry. But in this mode, it takes so much more film to defeat ghosts that I think in general I'll end up much higher on the ability to pick up that film. It's a little ghost peeking out of that vent from it. Let's go back there. There's There's actually a couple items I didn't pick up here earlier. See if we can get them now. Come on, man. You've got to pick one place to hang yourself and stick with it. Most people don't get the option to choose just wherever and then change their choice. Alright, let's quickly go through this. And now I believe we're headed back downstairs. Back to that vent we saw earlier, which is at the bottom of the staircase. I'll be very surprised if some ghost doesn't attack us before then. Let's head down this way. Sink shots. Take a photo that matches the one you have. Like so. Although there's not a creepy ghost in my picture. Instead, there's just a shiny item. It's the key. You know, it's funny, I feel like the amount of keys you find in these early chapters is a lot higher for some reason. Maybe after you unlock the doors, you don't really need to do it a second time. And that's fine. It's kind of rare for them to throw just one ghost at me at this point. Usually they always come in groups of 2s and 3s now, it feels like. No, Rui, stay close to the ghost. You can improve my score. Okay, fine. Sometimes it feels like this guy's mouth hangs open a little larger than it otherwise would. Oh, come on. Sometimes it displays the dodge button with actually kind of the wrong timing. And in those situations, you almost just need to somehow train yourself not to press the button. Oh, I feel like Rui's hair is a little longer than I realized. I thought it was shorter. Huh. Interesting. I feel like I learned a little bit today. I never thought to look that closely. Alright, let's go back through here. And we will... Ah, sheesh. Encounter a ghost, apparently. Alright, this is an actual ghost. Thankfully, backing up was enough there. Because I was not prepared to dodge. This ghost has some weird attack patterns where he'll come from the ceiling, among other things. Jeez Louise. Zero chill on this guy. I'm gonna run out of space to back up soon. Which is not good. Are you gonna attack, buddy? There's this kind of shattering glass sound you hear when you zoom in on this guy. He is taking his sweet time with providing me a fatal frame. The glass on his back actually counts as another spot. Oh, sheesh! I've never seen him do that before. Yeah, they must have some new attacks in this nightmare mode, huh? Either that, or maybe I just finished them off too quickly in the normal mode, so I don't get to see those. if I can coax one of those faces out of him, then there are then enough shots. Oh, nice. That was well timed. If you can coax one of those faces out of him, you can actually make like another spot to hit, which can be useful in terms of staggering him. Blast him back a little bit. The combo shot. Yeah, his stagger time after doing that is very low, much lower than you would think. There we go. I think that got him. No, wait, he's still up. Not quite. He's got quite a lot of health in this mode, comparatively. He is something like a boss fight. You don't tend to see him compared with other ghosts very often. But I can think of a time or two where you do. You could think of him maybe as like a mid-tier ghost. Yeah, the ghosts are their attack patterns do seem to be quite a bit trickier here in Nightmare mode. He remains much more mobile, and he pulls out some attacks you don't see very often in the other mode. Jeez Louise. That attack always spooks me a bit. It's very quick. Very speedy. Okay, I think that got him. No, he's still up. Jeez Louise, this guy's got a lot of health. He just don't stop. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Above, of course. I feel like she just got slapped by his rope a little bit. It's okay to move around, Rui. It's okay to get distance. Man, he is taking his sweet time. Okay, that got him. Yeah, he's done now. That took a while. The ghost left something behind when it disappeared. Okay. Rip indeed. Rip indeed. Nobody ever seems to rest in peace around here.
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
Sheesh. How would you take a photo of that ghost? That's not easy at all. They only appear for a split second in that window. Maybe if you use the multi-shot. Alright, let's head on up to the observatory room. Boy, there's a lot of ghosts hanging around this place. Ah, shoot. I got a little jumpy there, and now the ghost is probably going to attack. Nope. We're good. Alright, we have to go to the other door. For some reason, just right now, this door is blocked. Yes, right. Good force of will, not caving to making that same joke I just did. Let's see. Skip by this guy's note. What else do we have? Sheesh. I couldn't quite get in position. Alright, I think there's an item over here. Grab it real quick. Some film. Okay, fine. We'll head into the room with the ghost. Let's see. Man staring at something.
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
I would say so. There we go. Alright. We're gonna skip this cutscene. Things escalated, as you can see.
Rui! What's wrong? Is something there?
Alright, we gotta quickly take out the hanged woman. She's normally a pretty aggressive ghost, but we'll see how she is on the nightmare mode. A couple of good shots in there. I wonder if she attacks Rui in this mode or if she just goes for me. She's decided to start being the hanged woman again. She's being surprisingly not aggressive. Just kind of sliding around. I'll bet if I angled it just right, I could actually... Yeah, I can get 5 in frame here using Rui. Rui, stand right there! Nope, she's still going. My camera's range is not quite enough, so I keep missing the opportunity for combos. Let's see if we can get all 5 in frame. Nope, we need to go and take the fatal frame. When the fatal frame presents itself, we take it. Or we perish. She's very beefy right now, quite a lot of health, much like the innkeeper ghost we saw earlier. Although they're both hanged, their attack patterns are completely different, so you have to fight them very different ways. Alright, so let's see. She's just taking her sweet time. Jeez Louise, she's got so much health. Actually, I wonder. Let me check my camera real quick. I do actually have enough to increase, and I think I need to increase my attack distance because I've been having a lot of problems with the ghost ending up out of my attack range. So we'll perform a little mid-battle upgrade here. There we go. Nice shot. There's another one. Nice. Yep, that does it. Alright, but there's another ghost here too. I forgot about this. That's weird, it didn't actually stagger. There is a moment where you can fatal frame her during that attack, but it's very brief. Rui is looking in completely the wrong direction. Are you seeing this ghost or not? Attack if you want to. You can go after Rui if you want to. She's very huggable. Oof, I'm too close to this ghost. Need to get some distance. Alright. You want to attack anybody? Nice distraction, Rui. This is reminding me a little bit of playing Phasma with one of my friends. He was very scared of ghosts and scary games in general. So he said that he wanted to just be the first to be defeated by a ghost, so that he would just sort of lessen his total time having to deal with ghosts and just leave the rest to us. She's back to her old song and dance. Yeah, glance. See how that goes for you. Rui is acting like she's very injured. I wonder if I should be letting this ghost attack her after all. Let's see. She's also looking in completely the wrong direction. Oop, I messed that up. Yeah, the moments to photograph her during that attack are even less in this mode. I did not get the photo, but I did manage to dodge, so that's okay. Rui, get over here. I need you in my photograph's background. There we go. Alright. It's weird. It seems like there is a fatal frame there, but it's so brief. The better strategy maybe to photograph her once just to get one of those faces out, and then try to get some group shots on her. There's very few points to shoot for her, actually. Whoop. Shoot, I'm really worried. I'm actually completely out of my Type 24 film now. I've only got Type 7 left. You do this. Let's see. Yeah, the fights take a lot longer on this nightmare mode, but they're kind of more engaging as well. Okay, I think that got her. Yep, she's donezo. Alright, I think that's the end of this drop.
They're leaving.
I think rather than get into another one, I may call it there. That was about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. Let's see. After we finish getting through this part here. Alright. And we'll take another A for that one. That's okay. So we cleared all of the Ayane threads, and we also cleared the first 3 of the Nightmare mode thingies. it does seem like time is actually a lot less important than score, based on these scores I've been getting. And I think I can begin to understand the way the ranks are broken out too, but I'll have to look at some more. Alrighty, but that was pretty fun. I'm sort of thinking that I may take Fatal Frame off of my game rotation now, since we have cleared all the story mode and the Ayane stuff. If there is another mode to unlock or anything, then once I do, I'll stream that. But I might do the rest of the Nightmare modes off stream, just so I'm not kind of replaying the same material again. But it has been a lot of fun playing Fatal Frame, and if you enjoyed it, I hope you'll consider picking up this game, or maybe, just maybe, they could finally make a new Fatal Frame game for us. Wouldn't that be something? Just imagine. What a beautiful world that would be. Oh boy. Alright, let me see if there's anybody to raid, and then after that, I will bid you adieu. Give me just a moment to look over everything. Let's see. What would be good? I don't see anything that directly segs from what I've been streaming. It's funny, I do see someone is playing Danganronpa V3, and on one hand I want to raid into that, but on the other hand, can you just raid in like right in the middle of Danganronpa V3? It doesn't seem like a safe bet. I don't want to spoil people on the game. You should really play the game, but maybe just play it from the start. Let's see. Maybe instead I will raid. It looks like Acreus is currently playing Castlevania Bloodlines. That's ghost adjacent. You're sure to see some ghosts in there. So we'll try that. The last Castlevania stream I managed to catch from Acreus was quite good, and I am sure that this one will be as well. Although not all Castlevania games are made equal. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow for some karaoke at 5:30 p.m. And I will also be part of that choir premiere with Professor Bloom at 8 o'clock. That part's pre-recorded, but I think I'll be on hand to do like some commentary and other stuff like that. So definitely look forward to that. Alright, we'll get set up for that raid. Thanks again to those who joined me. I hope you enjoyed watching the last little bit of Fatal Frame we could squeeze out of it. And I'll definitely be looking for new sort of staple games to play as well. There's quite a lot in my backlog, so no worries about me running out anytime soon. Alrighty, thanks again. See you folks next time.